Okay, so you want to know how to get the best performance out of your Matrix GBB and these magazines from S&T. A lot of people complain about the leaking of the magazine. We're going to go over how to get your magazine to be consistent and usable, and also how the gas blowback, the Matrix gas blowback AR fires. Okay, let's get started. All right, so right here you see your pressure valve here, which allows the gas to come up, fire your BB. Okay, now when these magazines are new, what you want to do before you start to use them, and then you want to also do it periodically, is get a silicone drop or spray. Some people use drops. I prefer the spray. And what you do is, let me get this in here. Okay, what you want to do is you want to spray around that valve right there. Spray around that valve, and then you take your finger or a tool like this and work that valve in and out to get that silicone in around that seal. And you just work that in by pushing it in and out, in and out, in and out a number of times. Or you could even hold it in and spray some silicone around there and then work it. And also spray some silicone around this valve here, the fill valve. And then you would want to gas up your mag just a little bit, just maybe like that, just to put some pressure on the seals, and let it sit overnight. And it'll get the seals good and lubricated, and they'll seal really well, and you'll be able to use the magazine with confidence, because it will be very dependable. All right, so that's what we do here with the magazine to get it to operate correctly, and we'll show you how the magazine fires. We also, people have a lot of concerns about the full automatic. Well, the magazine doesn't last long through full automatic. Well, I have this magazine here loaded up with 50 BBs, and I'm going to go through shooting semi-auto and full auto. Now, the great thing about this kind of magazine for real simulation is that if you had a 30-round magazine and an actual AR-15, you'd have to change magazines after that 30 rounds was expelled. So by this running out of gas after, say, 50 rounds, it's more realistic. And so you should have another magazine loaded. You eject and replace the magazine, and you have the realism factor there. And for as long as it takes to actually load one of these magazines with 50 rounds, it's pretty much like if you were actually loading 50 rounds in an actual AR magazine. So we're going to go ahead and get started on how the gun shoots. Okay, so here we have the Matrix GBB gas blowback M4. And one thing I also like to mention about lubrication, on the breakdown, you might want to use a Remington gun oil or some sort of lubricant on the bolt. Make sure it's nice and lube. That way it gives the bolt nice free play while you're shooting the gun. It's not going to bind up and use up more gas. It'll be a nice free flowing bolt there as it blows back. And once you get all that done and you've got your magazines nice, the seal's nice and lubed, then you can test fire your Matrix M4. Okay, so first we're going to fire some semi-automatic shots out of the first magazine. Okay, so that was all 50 rounds. so now we're going to go full auto. And that was the full magazine for that. And we'll put it on semi. Okay, so that's how you get the most out of your gas blowback as far as operation is concerned. If you maintain your magazine, make sure your seals are siliconed and nice and lubricated. You won't have any leaking problems, and you know, you get a whole lot more enjoyment out of your gas blowback. Thanks for watching.